Welcome to the Big Red Podcast. Today we got Jack Burns. How are you, buddy?
Good, mate. I'm good. A bit nervous now, but I'm
Yeah,
good.
you're a bit nervous. I noticed a little.
Don't get nervous too often. So
yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. So we'll do a bit of football and some soccer first.
yeah,
And then we'll talk about some stories.
yeah.
All right. So you played a bit of soccer. You played a lot of soccer.
Played a lot of soccer. Played 22 years.
Yeah, 22 years.
22 years soccer. Yeah.
How many goals you scored?
Not when I was younger in juniors, I was a striker. I was not a bad striker, and then when it got to under 12s and moved over to the Federation, became at the centre back. So not many goals were scored. I think it might have been 5 over 10 years.
5 over 10. That's all right. How many yellow cards? Any reds?
I was known for a few red cards actually.
Oh yeah.
Many yellows and
shit.
Quite a few red cards. Yeah.
What was the most?
The most I would have had
in a season.
3 in a season.
3 in a season.
Which is the first one's normally one
you
game.
You would be fiery.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a rascal back then.
You seem so nervous.
Bit of a hothead when I was playing. So yeah.
So how was your time playing soccer overall?
Overall, it was good. I made some silly decisions in my own part of where I went to.
Yep.
I should have stayed where I was put and probably could have made a lot better of a career. But you know, people influence you, and you wrong people. You listen to the wrong people, and you go to the places you shouldn't go to. So
and that's a lot of people, especially that teenage age, heading up to the 18, maybe from 14 to 18 mark, people start going their own path, and things tend to happen.
Yeah, I got into the senior side of the soccer when I was probably 14, trained with the first team and going that, and then finally made my debut the first team when I was 16.
Yeah, how was that? Training with
it was all the people that I grew up watching. It was like a club like this. It was very people orientated, and everyone that was there for the same reasons. And so to grow up watching these people, for example, my brother, he's 10 years older than me.
Bradley?
Yeah, Bradley, watched him play all my life, and then finally got the opportunity to play with him, which was really, really good. So we had a few years together, which was good, and then that was in the first team, and then a few years in the reserves together as well, which is really good.
How was because I know the feeling as well, playing with your brother. How was it just playing a normal season, but that one feeling, that one season playing with your brother? How does that compare?
I think playing with your family is really, really cool, especially at a level that we were playing at. We weren't superstars, but we still played at a pretty decent level of soccer, which was good. Yeah. Both of us, I'm right-footed, he's left-footed, so both defenders, both hotheads. So when it comes to someone getting pushed, if it was me or him, it would be the other one would be straight over the other side of the field to fucking see what was going on. But it was good.
What was the team you just didn't like the person?
Para Hills.
Really?
Absolutely hate Para Hills, Modbury and Playford. Absolutely hated them.
Yeah.
Para Hills probably the most. Absolutely hated playing against them, especially in my junior years. Yeah, the big Para Hills nights there. So definitely hated them the most. I still do to the day. I would never forget it. Never forget anything.
Still bad blood?
Oh, bad blood with most of the teams that we played. The local derbies is what I lived for. That was the games that got me up and about.
Yeah,
like the Playfords, the Modburys, the Para Hills. Para Hills, when we were playing them, they were the big dogs around the place. So especially playing against them, you wanted to put in your best efforts and really get into them. Bit of lip, bit of tackles.
Well, let's talk about your performance. So, what has been your biggest achievement and a challenge?
Biggest achievement and the biggest challenge. Biggest achievement was breaking into the first team at such a young age. I mean, I watched everyone else do it kind of younger, the like 14, 15-year-olds, but especially when I broke into the first team, it was a bit more rare for someone my age to get into it, especially and become one of the starting players and not quite just a bench player or a bring-in player, which was good.
No, nice.
I loved, it was good being one of the young ones and having all the older boys that you've watched for your whole life, growing up in your boyhood club, to play with them and them have your back as much as any other player would.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I'm just thinking about the time when when I was a young fella playing at AGO for the first time. You just train with the big boys, seniors that really get around you. It makes you feel.
It really makes you grow up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
you go play. So I was kind of playing on the 14s, 15s, and then playing 19s on the Saturday. So the 14s and 15s would play on the Sunday, and they would play the Saturday for the 19s, and then go play the Sunday for the 14s and 15s as well.
Flat out.
But you could definitely tell the difference in caliber of the players, the strength, just the gameplay altogether was completely different when it's growing up and gone up into the seniors. But it's definitely it was changing for my career. It really made me blossom quicker and kind of grow up a lot quicker than most other players I was playing with.
Yeah, like you said, it makes you grow up, not just as a player, but as a man.
Outside of the field, outside of soccer as well, just anything you go to, especially going to school and stuff like that. You you kind of feel like you're a bit more mature than everybody else that are there.
You just notice little tendencies throughout other people around you, especially when you're at school. You know, hanging with the big dogs at football, you learn all this maturity, and then you go to school, and it's like a different world.
Yeah, exactly that.
So, what made you stop playing soccer and convert over to football?
Well, like I said, I listened to probably some of the wrong people. Had in my ear. I was kind of 18, 19, playing first team, playing good footy, and then had probably someone that I shouldn't have listened to in my ear saying, "Why don't you go do this?"
Yeah.
But that also led to probably one of my best years, not football-wise, but I got to play with mates and we won the league that year. But that was me going down and playing for amateurs, which I'll never look back and say it was bad. It was probably bad on terms of my career and what I could progress to get to, but you can't look back on these things and be down on them. Yeah. It's all a learning curve. And,
exactly.
But I should have stayed put to where I was.
Are you enjoying football though?
Footy now?
Yeah.
Absolutely love playing footy. Yeah. I've done it, come over to the club 2 years ago now, and I went back to go play soccer in the amateurs, and it's just not the same. You know, you play a higher level, and then you go back, and you just feel like you're not the same player.
Yeah.
You definitely drop down to what it is, and you feel it in your body. You feel it during your game. You're not playing as good as what you could be, but you're only good as what the players you're playing around. So.
Exactly right. But in my observation, like you've been the hardest worker during all of pre-season. That's my opinion anyway. And you want to be better. You want to do all the right things, which is a beautiful quality to have in yourself because you always strive to be the highest that you can be.
You're only as good as what you let yourself to be. If you really want to be good, you're gonna listen. Especially coming to play footy is good because it's like a whole new world for me. Yeah. So it's something that I now can try to perfect and get the best that I can be. And the bar's never set high enough for me. I always want to get high. I always want to get better.
Yeah.
And be that voice around the club, be the mates with everybody, even like the likes of the young fellas. I like getting around them and putting the confidence into them to want to strive to be better and get stronger and fitter and show them what it's like really to play senior footy.
Yeah. So like I said about your qualities that you do possess, do you believe that you have anything that you're proud of besides your hard working, your mateship? Is there anything else that you can
just
pinpoint?
my determination. Once I commit, I commit.
Yeah.
I don't give you some half-assed kind of player. You're going to get exactly what you're going to see out of me, and I just push to always be better and then bring everyone around me better as well.
Yeah. So, this is going to be a different kind of segue. So, I did bring this up to Burna, and it's something that I wanted to speak about because I've noticed a lot in Burna, and he's just top tier. Like, everyone loves him and respects him. He's just top draw. But the segment is about the Triple H. So if you don't know what Triple H is your hero, your hardship, and your highlight. So I'm going to pass it off to Burna. So we'll start off of who's your hero.
My hero is real cliche. It's my old boy. He showed me, my mates, everyone that's ever met him that you don't need everything in the world to be able to give the best to the people around you. He's a different breed to a lot of people that I've seen and met.
Yeah.
He's always there for everybody. Make sure that everybody's all right before himself, which I think I take a few qualities from him like that, and it just shows that you don't have to have all the money in the world or know all the best people or be the best person in yourself to make that happen around yourself.
Yeah, and like I completely agree. Like my old man, you can just see so much improvement over the years, and he just always looks out for you.
You're making him tear up.
So, hardship.
The hardest thing that I had to go through, probably 2018 or 2019. Can't remember. I got pretty bad back injury, which led into a pretty serious sickness, where I was probably out of sports, work, and just everyday life for about 8 months. I lost 70% of my muscle, my left leg.
Shit.
Pretty well had to teach myself how to walk again, and it's pretty bad because when you're sitting at home and you go from, like everyone knows me, I like to be out and about, I like to be on the pitch, I like to be training, I like to be at the game days, I like to be around the club, doing everything, and you lay in bed every day and you can't really move or you can't get up. I was out living with Boise at the time when it happened, and you lay in there waiting for somebody to come home so they can get you out of bed so you can have a chat with someone so you can do something. And it's kind of like the longer that went on, the more I kind of thought, oh, my sporting ability or my lifestyle might not be the same, and I might not get back to where I was, which unfortunately in soccer terms I never did. But it wasn't due to lack of trying. It was just once you go through something pretty traumatic, pardon me, like that, it really takes a toll on your mental capacity. Like, I mean, you sit at home and you just think, am I ever going to be what I was before? Am I ever going to get to that same spot again? And then, like I said, the longer it got to 6 months and I still wasn't good, and it got to 7 months and I still wasn't good. I finally could get myself up out of bed and doing stuff on my own, moving around again, and then slowly, I was up and I was back to work. And it probably took another year to year and a half to get back playing sports to a standard that I was not happy with, but could be comprehensible with. It's hard going from somewhere where you're out most days of the week, and you're never at home, to being stuck at home every day with no one else around you and no one to speak to for hours and hours on end. And it really takes a toll. And someone that, like me, is always out and with people. So once you go from around everyone to by yourself, a lot of thoughts and a lot of dark times comes, and it really does take its toll on you. It's not a thing that takes weeks to get over. It's a thing that you kind of got to build yourself back up to over years, to, like I say, year and a half, to kind of get back to yourself, to where you're joking again and you're laughing and you're actually truly having a good time again.
Bro, like that was the first time of me hearing that, and like it just
like I say with me, I'm always happy days, sunshines and rainbows, but all my problems are behind closed doors. I don't like to bring my bring my hardship onto anybody else. I like to make sure everybody else is fine for me. If I know I can go home and deal with my stuff on my own and not go down a real dark alley, I'm happy to do that. But like everybody should, if you are going down a dark alley and you're not coping, you have to speak to someone. And it's only taken the last probably 2 or 3 years for mental health and men's mental health and shit like that. It's now kind of coming up and everybody's starting to talk about it, for me to realize that you can't just sit there in your own shadow and dwell on it on your own,
bro. Well, that's just like we said before, like it just makes you think about what you are doing on the track now. It just puts in a whole different perspective of how much you've come, how much you've, all these challenges that you had to jump over. You should be really, really proud of yourself. And I think like everyone that's going to watch this is going to have a new appreciation of how hard, you had to work specifically, but you just made a great point. Not everyone knows what's going on behind people. So, highlights.
I haven't really got a massive highlight reel. Like I said, breaking into the first team, playing real young, being a proper starter, being a proper football player, soccer footy. I still call it football. That's probably one of my big ones. Playing with my family, playing with my brother had a few good years.
Yeah.
Winning the league with him was good. Sorry, we didn't win the league. We come second that year, but fucking close.
Yeah.
Probably a highlight now is playing footy with the likes of Vicar, Boise, Watto now that's come out, Kelver. You know, I was always a soccer player out of a group of 15 blokes that all played footy.
Yeah.
So I was always not an outsider, but a bit of like, fuck your game. I like my game better kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a highlight for me because I enjoyed this fucking a whole lot better than playing. Like I said, playing amateur soccer with people that, you know, I was playing with Watto, which is killer, but it just wasn't the same. Yeah. The feeling I get from coming out here and getting to speak to my mates and be with my mates and now make new mates like yourself and everybody else, Hazy and everybody like that, it's good. It's broadened the horizon of the people you get to be around. And the camaraderie around the place is absolutely unreal.
Yes,
unreal.
So proud of this club at the moment. But let me just this is a personal thing. Like, I want to thank you for, you know, all your welcoming to me as well, like into your friend group as well. I really appreciate that, and you know, it's been
everyone's welcome.
It's a very good weekend.
I'm probably a bit of a challenging person to hang out with at times. I'm a bit pushy and don't mind a bit of a rest after a few cans, but if you can deal with me, mate, you're fucking more than welcome to come in.
Well, let's talk about some mates then.
Yeah, here we go. This is the one I've been waiting for.
So, mate, I sent a few messages out. A lot got back to me. A lot didn't open the message. So, the first message was the time we went on the footy camp in Aldinga. He got pissed at the brewery and walked back to the campsite. We brought a few chicks back to find him. And he was passed out naked on top of his swag.
I have a tendency of getting fairly into one on a night out and not holding back and having probably one or two many than I should have. But yeah, that was the first year I played here, and that's my first pre-season camp that I've been on. So that was a good one. I was out with the cricket club there. I had a game on that day, and we were obviously there all day drinking and carried on to the brewery and got more pissed there, and I wandered off by myself, and then next minute I'm waking up to Kelver rolling me into my swag with my fucking pants around my ankles.
So this is the same bloke. He's in the next couple. You went paintballing and you volunteered to get shot by everyone while doing a nudie run. There's a lot of stories about him pissing and him naked.
Yeah.
Even at schoolies, you're chasing everyone around naked at schoolies.
Yeah. Not so much now. I keep my clothes on a bit now, but back then I was more than willing to drop a few trousers down. And
do you want to tell the story about you at a smoko area running through the pokies?
On a Thursday night playing soccer. Oh no, we were playing footy actually, and a few of us got into one on a Thursday or school night, by the way, and head over to the com club. And then on the way home, thought we'll stop by the Slug because Watto was still playing soccer at Salisbury there, right next to the Slug. Mm. And we went in for a few beers in the poker room, then went out for a cigarette. And it didn't take long for someone to say, "You won't walk through the pokies naked." And before anyone could blink, my clothes are off, had a pint in my one hand, my two thongs on. I said, "Record this," because I'm going straight through there. And like nothing else was wrong or nothing was happening. I was cruise through, casual as you like. Walk through.
Oh, I thought you would have liked it.
Spoke to a few people, gave them a bit of a nod, and just kept cruising out through. But the funny part of that story is we pulled up there, and I was in the back of Watto's car, and I sat in a cake. And I went all up my shorts, and I was cracking the shits because I had shit on my shorts and whatever. And then the security guard could hear me going off.
So he came out.
And then we walked up to the door. He's like, "Sorry, mate, you've had too much to drink." And I was like, No, mate, I'm not. I'm just upset, you know. I got cake all up my shorts. I just sat on my mate's cake. He's like, "All right, you can go in there." And not even 5 minutes later, I walked back out past naked. And he just looked at me. He seemed to be like, "What the fuck has just happened there?" I just gave him a nod and just kept cruising on for
naked still.
Naked still.
All right. Well, this is the same bloke. Last story he gave me. You can have a guess who it was after the end. This might give it away. So you guys got pissed together, and drove back to the pub from the pub, and you wanted to do a drift around the roundabout.
Oh no!
Crashed into the gutter.
Oh yeah, yeah, me and Jacko. I said, yeah, mate, I'll take you home, and probably one more than I should have had when I was driving. I was not pissed, but feeling fine. And thought, oh, watch this, mate. I'll do a little drifty for you. And sure enough, bang, straight into a curb. And then we kind of both looked at each other, and I just went,
oh no,
I'm gonna drive home anyway. And just for the next, I don't know, 5-10 k's, I had to drive home. All you hear is
all rim
the whole way home. Pulled up the driveway like nothing happened, and said, all right, get out.
So Jacko,
yeah, Jacko, yeah, had a couple with him. Don't worry about that. We've had a fair share.
So the next person, he gave me a few. We went out to town one night. Went on a bit of a journey. Caught a taxi to the servo in Port Wakefield Road, and then stomped to the mate's house. But you had to break in to the back shed to get the keys.
Yeah, I mean,
How'd you break in?
First of all, that was the first time I took Vic to a Adelaide United game, first soccer game that he's been to.
Yeah.
And then we went out to a K-Box after and had a few gummy shakers, a couple of vodkas, and then we thought, fuck it, we'll call it a night now and cruise off home. And we pulled up to the new servo there next to Krispy Kreme's on Port Road. Mate lives just on the other side, directly across. So we walked across the road into some long grass where Vicar decided that he'd walk around, but I, after a few beers, was quite blind and didn't know where I was going. So I walked through the long grass and stacked it. And there's a video of me. Well, you can't really see anything because it's pitch black, but Vicar's like, Pansy. I said, I'm falling over. I don't know where I am. And then I get out of the grass and get back to my mate's house and try to get my car keys out so we go back to my house. But we're locked out because my keys are in his back shed. So I thought I can jimmy open this window. And I was pushing it, I was pulling it, I was pushing it. And I pushed it, and the glasses popped out and just dropped and shattered. And I was kind of looked at it and went, shh. Climbed through the window, grabbed my keys, and we
fucked off.
Hot-tailed out of there, yeah, pretty quickly. And the whole time, apparently, the keys to the shed were in the sliding door.
Oh.
But I don't believe it. I looked.
Well, the same bloke sent me this one, last one. Well, not last story. But Port played GWS in the finals. And you went out.
What a weekend for by myself. I was going through a bit of a rough time. Not too bad, but I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna have a bit of R&R, a bit of me time.
Yeah.
So I shot off the river to do a bit of camping. And on the Saturday, I worked my way through a carton of beer and decided, you know what, it got to about 4 o'clock. I thought the game doesn't start till 6:30. I'll have a quick kip. So I went and had a lay down. I woke up at 6 o'clock and the sun was going down, but I thought the sun was going up. And I'm on the group chat and I'm, who won? And blowing up, and everybody's going, what are you talking about, dickhead? And I was like, who the fuck won? Like, Port, who won? They're like, hasn't even started yet. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I put all this meat that I had for like next day for my breakfast and my lunch, chucked it all on the barbecue, and I cooked it all up, and I sat down, I looked at my time, and it said 6 o'clock p.m. And I went, oh, fuck.
I haven't even played that.
I haven't even played yet. So I set it all up and I had my barbecue and I had my iPad set up and I watched the game anyway. But
that's all right, though.
Yeah,
Who sent me that one, you reckon?
Woke up a bit delusional. It had to be Vic.
Yeah,
it
was Vic.
Yeah, everyone thought that was quite a funny time, that one.
So there's one bloke sent me just one. A couple of years ago, we got pissed at the river, like really pissed. And Burna belted out, Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. We ended up singing it as loud as we can for about 20 times that night and probably 100 times since. Some say it should be the Power Hills theme song.
Well, it's one of my favourite songs. I love belting that one out when I've had a few beers, but that has to be the Howie, Viprek or Stuart.
Viprek.
Yeah, that's one of the best stories there up at his shack. That was definitely a good weekend, that one.
Why do they call you Bernie and Halfpipe?
Well, I'm probably the bloke with the most nicknames. they just keep coming up with them. I don't know where from, but they keep doing it.
6 stones
And
Burna.
then half pipe.
Show
Nah,
'em.
gotta get a haircut to see
He's
that.
got a massive
Half pipe
come.
not only come 2 weekends ago. I was at Stuart's house and watching
Tony
the
Hawk.
UFC. Yeah, and my mate Tonkin took a video of me and put him with the skateboard with his head on it, and thought that they all thought that was quite funny. But I don't reckon that will stick. So I don't think it's that good.
I don't mind that. So this one bloke sent me actually a voice message, but loaded up the jet skis and capsized the jet ski while Watto took a shit in the middle of the road. But drunk Uncle Burna woke up during the night and needed a piss, so he gets up from this swag and pisses all over his missus.
Yeah. Well, I think my rule with camping is when you wake up to when you go to sleep, you can do or drink as much and fuck around as much as you want, and I'll live by that always.
How's the missus about it?
I'm not with her anymore. I woke up and unzipped my swag, and instead of stepping out to go for a piss, I just stood straight up, pulled it out, and had a slash right on top of her. And
No good.
woke up in the morning, had no idea what happened, and Watto was looking at me through his tent. I said, "Where's Taylor?" And he goes, "She's sleeping in your car, mate." I said, "Oh, why?" He goes, "You pissed on her last night." And yeah, that was that.
What
Wasn't
about
quite happy.
the time you were in Busty's shed pissing? So Busty came in, gave you the orders to get the fuck out, but instead you stood up, pissed while looking at him, sat back down in your own piss, and continued to piss.
Apparently, have a bit of a weak bladder when I'm pissed, but I don't have any recollection of that one, so I think he might be lying.
Right. The
Could
very
be
last story.
All right.
So, talk to me about the night you brought home a midget from town while you're living with Buster.
Yeah. Yeah, that one definitely has stuck around that. Oh, bastard. Is that Watto?
No, it was Busty.
Was it?
Yeah.
You fuckhead. Yeah. She wasn't a midget. She was rather short, though. She would have been probably
I got told she was
up to my ribs, maybe.
like just
I've
breaking 4 foot.
known her for a very long time, and I haven't seen her for a few years. And then, yeah, we went out to town and we were at a nightclub, and I bumped into her, and one thing led to another. I woke up, and me and Busty were out in his shed having a morning chat about what happened the night before, and then out walked this midget. What else we got?
So last bit is the rapid fire bit.
Yeah, go on.
All right, celebrity crush.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Everyone loves Margot Robbie. She's
Fucking
top.
gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. First date. What was your first date?
My first date. Fuck. That was a very, very, very long time ago. First date. Probably would have been to just the cinemas or something, you know.
Yeah, but you can't remember.
Cheeky digit in the back corner.
Favorite singer?
Oh,
You've got a few.
yeah, I got a couple.
Bojangles.
Eminem's definitely up there.
Eminem?
Jimmy Barnes, Ross Wilson, and Oasis.
What happened to Jimmy Barnes with Vicar?
Oh, well, wasn't Vicar. Vicar's pop, reckons he gave Jimmy one a swift one on the chin. Laid him out one night talking to his bird.
So big Papa Vic.
Big Papa Vic, yeah.
Favorite player to play with?
Big one. Oh, no, it would just have to be Vicar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Parallel. 5-1-8, bros.
Favorite meal?
Favorite meal? Oh, chicken palmy from the loo.
From the loo. You love the loo.
Oh, mate.
Love the loo.
It's the best place on earth.
How's the karaoke king?
Karaoke king, mate. Not quite as good as me, but he'll get there one day.
So, thank you, Jack.
That's all right.
No, honestly, thank you. You really opened up before, and it's not easy to do.
It's not always sunshines and rainbows,
No,
mate.
So, but I really appreciate that. Just like last time, favorite song. If you're walking out to end the video,
Oh, Juicy Big Smalls.
Juicy Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Done.
Thanks to all my mates that put in the story, and not one of them was a nice one for me. Wankers.
Done.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I